Welcome to day 1 of Intro to Programming in ChatGPT, where you learn how to code by thinking normally and then asking a chatbot to write the actual code for you. Just to start off, I wanted to give a simple definition for what a computer is. It's a machine that can do math like 1 plus 1 and then give you 2. The other thing that it's able to do is take simple steps one by one, right? An example of that is moving a file from your downloads folder over to your desktop, right? This is one step that it's able to take, and you're able to tell it how to do that, which we will get to. Let's say, for example, that you're trying to build a habit. When you start, you've done the habit for 1 day. If it was impossible to change this in a computer, we would never be able to track your habit. It would just be locked at 1. That's where the idea of a variable comes from. Variables are little pieces of information in a computer that we can change. So for example, if another day passes and you do your habit, we can say, hey, computer, increase habit by 1. So this is habit over here. And after we tell the computer to do this, habit becomes 2. So this would be the second day that you do your habit. So that's all a variable is. It's something in a computer that has a name, like habit, and is able to change. So now let's say you wanted to actually code this logic. You can go to a language model like ChatGPT or Gemini in this case and say, in Python, create a variable called habit and start it with 1. Then tell the computer to add 1 to habit and show me the result. Now, as you can see, the code in Python is actually very similar to our plain English. Habit equals 1. So now we have a variable called habit, and it starts out being 1. And then we're going to add 1 to habit. All right, so we say habit equals habit, what it was before, but plus 1. And then we print the current value. So let's see what it is. You can just run the code up here in Gemini. And as you can see, it's 2 now. So that's it. Variables in code are things that can change. If you understand that, you're able to just tell ChatGPT this logic right here and be able to create a variable called habit starting at 1 and to increase it by 1, and then it becomes 2 on the next day that you do your habit. Now, this is just a first concept in programming, right? This is like a little building block right here. We're going to keep adding little building blocks. And you're going to say, this doesn't make any sense, it's just a line. But as we keep adding little blocks, you're going to be able to make things. And as you can see here, now we have a little pyramid. And this is a pretty realistic progression, right? You just learned your first concept, a variable. Tomorrow you're going to learn your second concept, and then your third, and then fourth, and then fifth. And then by 6, you're already going to have something that you're able to use it in your real life, just with the first 6 concepts. So just stick with me. You already know what a variable is, and let's make it to the other side.